Fuck you.
Clip
We
that
made
out
this fanime
context.
shit. Bit. That's right. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Robbie.
And
Oh.
fuck this shitty kickflip shit. Take this shit down. A, it's offensive. B, it's woke. Fuck that. Fuck that woke shit. I don't jive with that. Let it be known. Put it on record. I don't jive with woke shit. Open the video with this. I don't know if I should be like walking around my room and not sitting down in a chair to kind of capture the shitty kickflips level, but
Oh yeah.
um
Well, we're gonna stay stationary for this part. We're gonna give them a break.
okay. I was thinking about like sitting on my windowsill and like stretching my leg up in my closet and stuff. But I'll
uh,
sit. I'll stay
yeah, yeah,
seated.
yeah. We'll stay stationary for now.
Cool.
So, who are you? What do you?
Uh
Yeah.
my name is Robbie. I'm an artist and streamer, I guess. Uh and I work on a show called Sparkle on Raven: The Life of Drill Girl.
It's
Uh
fucking beautiful.
I I'm considered the director. For the longest time I tried my best to not have that title. Um I
Mhm.
was known as the creative fellow at one point.
Mhm.
But I think recently it's been decided that I am indeed the director of Sparkle on Raven.
How'd that come to be? Was it just you fell into the position?
I tried my best not like cuz like I also like edit the show.
Mhm.
Um and I plan all the meetings and I like write the first draft of all the episodes. Um and I do a lot of work on the show. So I didn't wanna, like, give myself the title because it's, like, a collaborative thing, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like, this is I'm the d like, I didn't wanna do that.
I'm the guy.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't wanna do that
Yeah.
for, like, the longest time, but eventually I was
Mhm.
like, "Okay, we should probably have one of those." So, I stepped up. I'm not the director, I'm the director that stepped up.
So true.
Yeah.
All right. How did Sparkle on Raven like come about initially?
Um, it was 2 AM on a Thursday, uh, and I believe it was my boyfriend Meek's who said, "Hey, let's all watch Fanime." Uh, you'll probably explain it in the video, but
Mhm.
for imagining that there's a crowd of people in front of us,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, Fanime is it's a portmanteau of fan anime, wherein somebody usually in an amateur style, like a teenager or a child, create their own anime. So we watch the classics. A lot of our friends haven't seen most of them, so Nyan Neko Sugar Girls and
Of course.
the ilk. And yeah, we were watching it and having a good time, and at some point the question comes up of this looks like a lot of fun. How hard would it be to make one of these? Um, and that's one of the most dangerous things you can say to a creative queer group, uh,
Mhm.
which is how hard could it be? And then it just happened. We opened up a draw pile. We started creating characters that could be in a fanime. We specifically wanted to design everything on like what would a high schooler think is really cool? Like what like a middle schooler is creating characters, what would they want their characters to look like? Sorry, I'm turning something off on my phone.
Oh no, you're all good. Yeah,
Uh
no, I
Photos
fucking
retro.
adore the designs in the
Yeah.
show. They are so good.
Yeah. Um so then it again just like fly by night the draw pile was created. We had concepts, we had ideas for all the characters. And then in 4 to 5 days it was done and it was on the internet. It was crazy. Just the turnaround time of like getting voice actors and like all the music together and stuff.
4 to 5
No,
days?
yeah,
I heard
it
that
was
right?
yeah,
Holy
it like
shit.
really quick turnaround time. That we wanted to finish it in one night. We're like, no, let's get more people involved because not everybody could be awake at
Mhm.
2 a.m. PST on a Thursday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just kind of spur of the moment. Like, how hard can doing something like if we all work together, we could probably make something, and it just happened. And then unfortunately we fell in love with our joke, and started to make a second episode.
How has the production changed from that first episode to now?
Quite a bit. Uh, there's a lot more people that work on it. I feel like once a lot of our friends saw that we were working on something and it wasn't like a joke, or we weren't like just like saying we should do this and then it never happens. It was
Yeah.
like happening. So like, a lot of people are like, this is fun. This looks fun. Can we work on this? And like from like 6 to 8 people, it became like a 20 to 30 person thing. But in that kind of like super organism way, like the band super organism, I don't know if you ever heard of them. It's like a
Mhm.
collective of people who like work on a band, but like you could tell one person just like hits the triangle. But that person is integral to the
Yes.
vibes of things.
Oh, 100%.
Um so there's like we have a ton of like friends who all put input on the show and stuff like that. So there's a lot more cooks in the kitchen. Um and also I feel like we know a little bit more what we're doing now, obviously after making a single episode.
Mhm.
Uh but yeah, like I think after that first episode we're like we should like take this somewhat seriously.
Mhm.
Um and yeah, now we're all writing on this show like it's a full production.
Yeah.
We take it very seriously. The writing room is
Oh, yeah.
volatile, toxic.
Ooh, I bet. What is like the creative process from like brainstorming to like the storyboarding process to like having the finished episode done?
It is a lot of like we have like a Google Doc of ideas that we want to make a full episode out of,
Mhm.
or like put things into episodes. Um and we do those like every other month or something. Or like when they're necessary. If somebody has an idea and it's like, okay, let's have a meeting about this. Um but it usually starts with an idea and then we start coming up with fucking jokes on the shit we could put into the episode. And then the writing process starts, which is usually like just us typing things out and then going, is this funny? Like, will people laugh at this? Um, and
Mhm.
then sometimes it'll be like a week after the first draft is done, and then someone will go, this is crap, let's rewrite it, and then we do, and then from there there's not really storyboarding because like
Mhm.
everything's drawn in MS Paint. So I think the less you know about a scene, the better. Like you
Uh-huh.
want to try to like you want to draw with your left hand. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
it to
yeah.
look a little more amateur than
Mhm.
maybe it needs to. Uh, but yeah, no. So we don't have like sometimes people will draw storyboards and they'll go above and beyond for like
Yeah.
their phenomenal looking scenes. But yeah, it's usually just there's a script written. People pick certain lines or scenes that they really like, and then they'll just draw those scenes out. And then they get voice acted, and then we find music, and then we edit it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you have
it's a simple process, but like it
Mm.
feels like fucking Guantanamo. Like sometimes it's like we're working to the fucking bone
in
to
the
draw
Sparkle
these.
on Raven mines?
Yeah, drawing
Yeah.
these fucking anime characters.
Oh my god. Speaking on that, do you have anything you want to like get into talking about like amateur art and stuff?
Um, yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I I consider myself an amateur artist, so I mean, uh, yeah. Is there anything in specific that you think would be
Yeah.
pertinent?
What do you think is like the appeal? What draws you to the aesthetic of like something that looks like amateurish and shitty, for lack of a better term?
Yeah, I shitty is such an easy word to use for it
Yeah.
because it's like it's amateur. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's not like the preconceived notion of beautiful art.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but there's something freeing in not giving a shit, or like caring but wanting to, not like care about like does this look good, or like is this like the best that I can do. That's why people sketch, you know what I mean? Like not everybody, like you're not going to put pen to paper and make the Mona Lisa every time.
Mhm.
um but like there's something really freeing and open and like jam spacey about creating something without like putting your whole pussy into it, for the lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Um, like like Sparkle on Raven is like MS Paint drawings, you know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
MS Paint drawings and music that we don't own. And we're just kind of like going off of vibes and going, what would be cool at this part?
Mhm.
And there's something just so like, oh my god, I'm creating something and I don't have to like care about like, oh, is this color right? Like does the lighting look good? Does the shading here look good? What are people gonna think? Especially like
Yeah.
it's just it's so much fun to work on, I think, because those inhibitors aren't there. And I think it kind of bleeds over into the stuff that I do create seriously of like
Mhm.
first just make it and then if it looks crappy later, then like you can go back and fix it. But like just do something, like anything.
Just make
Um
art, please.
exactly,
Just make
exactly.
art.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I feel is the biggest part of it. And also, I mean, just appreciating art that might seem amateur or shitty or somebody didn't care about it. Cause like obviously like a lot of like really amateur looking. I mean, like you go on DeviantArt and you see people make like Cuphead and Twilight Sparkle talking about the new release of Doom 2016. And you're like, who made this? Why did they make this? And you think about it a little bit more, and there's a beauty in it. There's a beauty in stuff like that where I think a lot of people try to see it as like disingenuous or the forbidden word cringe.
Yeah.
Um, but it's like there's I don't look at it that way. You can't look at it that way. I think if you are an artist, you have to see something that people create and see the beauty in it.
Mhm.
Um, or else you become a cynical bastard, and that's not fun.
Yeah. I think like I think the one of my favorite parts about Sparkle on Raven is like it just revels in the lack of cringe in itself. It is so genuine. I
Yeah,
fucking love it.
yeah.
Um yeah.
Thank you. You know, we again like the way that we write it, at least initially, like now I feel like it's kind of evolved into its own thing. Um, but we still keep the design ethos in mind at the forefront of like every character design, every joke, every gag, every plot synopsis is write this like you are a middle school girl. Um, and it works, like just like being in that headspace of like, would they think this design is cool? Like they just watch Dragon Ball and they want to put a character from Dragon Ball into their show. Like, how would they do that? Like stuff like that, I feel goes a long way of like putting yourself into that space and being like, okay, let's work with that. That's a nice creative topic that we can leap off of.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like stuff like that's not stuff like that is like not cringe to me. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's like it's somebody creating art and that's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
like that I think there's some like jealousy that comes from watching Fanimes initially where it was like these
Yeah.
motherfuckers made like 80 episodes of a fucking show and I haven't done shit. Like what is it that easy? And that's kind of where it starts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
people should be jealous that they're not caring about their projects as much as some of these teenagers are.
Yeah. Speaking on fanime, what were some of the ones that you guys like watched to get inspiration for Sparkle on Raven?
I think we started working on Sparkle on Raven after watching My Jungle Book Your Year,
Mhm.
which is, like, seminal, I think, in the fanime space.
Mhm.
More than Yanyako Sugar Girls, more than, that other one with the Homestuck trolls, always forget the name of it.
Oh no.
But, uh but yeah, no, that was the one where we were like, "Oh, like, this seems really fun. We should make a world in something like this." It's just, the beauty of Fanime, like, all of the notes you need to hit, the different mic qualities, shit peaking, like, as loud as they can, like, clashing art styles, like there's a lizard character just like inexplicably that hangs out with everybody. Stuff like that, it's just genius. Like whatever that person thought was cool, put it into their
It's
show.
in.
Yeah, just that. I think that like yeah, My Jungle Book Your Year I feel like is one of the biggest inspirations for Sparkle
Mhm.
on Raven. If we're talking strictly fanime, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Any non-fanime inspirations?
Um, that's the fun thing. It's
Uh-huh.
like whatever we like at that time.
Mhm.
Like
Like
I
Dragon Ball, just throw Goku in there.
exactly, just put Goku in. Yeah, I feel like with the space that we've created and the world that we've created, if there's something that we like at the time, we can just rip it off and put it in our show. Um, I would say
Like,
that, nonchalantly, but,
I mean,
like
yeah, you just put Paul Phoenix from Tekken, like,
Paul Phoenix from Tekken is a character in Sparkle on Raven. There's a story behind that. My friend was streaming Tekken, like the
uh-huh.
new Tekken 7, I think. Or is it Tekken 8? Whatever is the new one that
New
came out.
one's 8. New one is 8.
New one's 8. They're streaming Tekken 8 and my friend Beef, the voice actor for Mr. Ryu, made Dragonov dress up like Mr. Ryu. Uh and they were all like fighting against each other. And at some point, it was Mr. Ryu versus Paul Phoenix. And I said, if Mr. Ryu wins this match, Paul Phoenix is canon in Sparkle on Raven. And Mr. Ryu won.
Of
So I,
course.
I drew a picture and I posted it on Twitter that just said Paul Phoenix in Sparkle on Raven, The Life of Drill Girl. And when we were making episode 4, we had to change some stuff around. We had to like move characters from one place to like use later. So we put Lock the Distance Demon as like the big final boss, and we're like, okay, well, we need another character here. Who should that be? And I was like, you have to like. It popped into my head of like, you have to stop me from putting Paul Phoenix in our show legitimately. And nobody said no. And Paul Phoenix from Tekken is in Sparkle on Raven, The Life of Drill Girl. But it's stuff like that. Like you don't just who gives a shit? If it's funny, put it in. Like
Mhm.
we don't make money off the show. We can do whatever we want. That's the best part of it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's so fucking funny. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, just inside jokes like that you
Yeah.
can have so much fun with and make a funny gag.
Mhm. What what has been like your favorite part of the show to work on?
Um, I like drawing a
Mhm.
lot. I like to take out my crayons and draw.
Mhm.
I like to draw and play. So,
I like to
drawing,
play, I like to draw.
uh, drawing scenes is obviously going to be fun for any artist,
Mhm.
because you get to play with your dollies. Um, but I love like the meetings where I think it's mostly just getting to excuse me. I think it's just mostly getting to like hang out with my friends and like
Yeah.
get like because it'll be like calls of like 30 people just like all hanging out wanting to talk about the thing that we work on.
Mhm.
And that's like such a fun excuse to just hear everybody's voices for a little bit. But also like you get to create stuff and you get to have ideas and you go, oh, what if this to be cool? What if we stopped working on the show and then did this? Oh, that'd be awesome. What
Uh-huh.
if this character met this character? Like stuff like that is just so much fun. We have a Discord channel in our group chat that's dedicated to Sparkle on Raven production.
Mhm.
And there's some like heinous like Steven Universe like post drawings in there. And it's just like playing with dollies, I think is my favorite part about it, and doing it with my friends.
Yeah. I think one of the coolest things that Sparkle and Raven brings is like the mass collaboration of it all. I think it's really special, like bringing together so many disparate styles.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really fun to see people comment about it too.
Hmm.
Where like one scene will for the lack of a better term look like absolute dog shit. Um and then afterwards it's like some of the most beautiful drawings I've ever seen.
Hmm.
But like people's different art styles coming in and when
Yeah.
they come in and like using that as a punchline too is like it's I feel like you can only do it in something like this. It feels like when you watch those like reanimated projects where people like will collaborate and it's like let's recreate Shrek or like
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
Bart Kira or stuff like that. Bart Kira mentioned in 2024. Uh it like stuff like that. It's fun to watch like people's different art styles kind of like mesh and create one big thing. But you don't really see it outside of like zines or those like collaborative recreation projects. So I think there is a charm of just seeing different art styles like make an episode.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also funny because like it's a
Yeah.
fanime, so the idea that there's like a bunch of different kids working on it and they obviously don't give a fuck about being on model or like
Mm-hmm.
oh the way that I draw I want to draw Raven where Raven has cool socks and another person's like I don't do that, they wear these kind of shoes. Like it's I think that's so fun to see everybody's different art style. Yeah, I
Yeah.
also like really appreciate seeing this. And especially when we're like in development of an episode and somebody like posts their scenes, it's like this looks fucking like everybody gets to experience it. Like
Yeah.
it's fun.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And then a couple more here. What creative philosophies really inspire Sparkle on Raven? Like, what's like the biggest things that just drive the show forward?
Um Making sure that you have the same mindset of a middle school girl. That's I get like literally the first thing we always bring up at every meeting. Um Not trying too hard. We I specifically like have a rule where it's like when I'm drawing a scene, don't control Z. Like if that's the line that you're drawing, like that's how it would be in a fanime. Don't control Z, just like draw a line. And that's something that I feel like a lot of us struggle with because we have the artist brain of like it has to be perfect, you know, it
Mm-hmm.
has to look good, but like no, it doesn't. Like the fun of it and the joke of it is that it doesn't need to look like that. You can like draw scenes with your left hand, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um we whenever an episode's done, we get into a meeting and we go, we accidentally didn't make it shit. We accidentally made it really good. And we say that every single episode, but like you want to have that in the back of your head, like
Uh-huh.
this should look amateurish, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um those two, and then I don't know, just don't take it too seriously. I
Mm-hmm.
guess that's another big design philosophy of like you obviously do want to take it seriously because you love the world and you love the characters and you love the story. So like you want to in your brain give it the time that it's due. Um but also like realize the space you're in, you know what I mean? Like have fun with it and don't try to make it anything it's not.
Yeah. Don't sweat the
Uh
small stuff, basically.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Don't overthink shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like just have fun, take liberties where you need to. You should take liberties where you need to. Um, and yeah, I mean, there's other small stuff um, like if somebody doesn't like your character, then like don't get mad at them when they say we're not putting this character in the show.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, we had the discussion on whether or not we should put a character in the show named lesbian Randy Marsh, um, the dad from South Park.
Yeah, yeah.
And I said, "There's no possible way we're putting a character like that in the show." And the answer wasn't okay. The answer was like,
Mhm,
"Well, we'll see." And it's like, "No, no."
mhm.
And then the discussion later went on to, "Okay, well, what if Randy Marsh was a dog and we put the dog in the show?" And I said, "No, we can't put the dog in the show." So, like
Uh-huh.
stuff like that, you try to keep in your mind and you try to have a tug of war with. I unfortunately, because I've said this out loud, I think Randy Marsh as a dog may or may not may make it into an episode, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, yeah. Not take yourself seriously.
Yeah.
Think like you're a middle school girl, um, and don't control Z. That other thing I said.
Yeah. The other things, whatever, whatever
The other
else
thing
you
I said.
said.
Whatever cool, bespoke, awesome, insightful things I said about the production of Sparkle and Raven. Insert here.
Absolutely. I guess that also kind of spills into do you have advice for aspiring artists or amateur artists and animators.
Yeah. Um, it's the advice we don't like to hear.
Mm-hmm.
It when somebody says this, it pisses me off. Um, and there is a level to it that I think is incredibly disingenuous. But unfortunately, cliches are cliche for a reason. Just do it. Just get something, anything. If it's a fucking stick figure, get it on paper, make it real. Um, and like, don't like do it scared is the thing that people have been saying recently. Like, I know it's scary, just do it scared. Um, but like you can fix things later. Especially if you're making something that doesn't necessarily need to look beautiful. Like just have fun with it. Do it. Put it down and then fix it later.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's like put like I guess there's a stigma of like posting things online too of like it has to look really good so it can get popular so that a lot of people can look at it. But like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I that's another thing too. Huge piece of advice for like literally any creative: shut the fuck up about what you're working on. Like
I
don't tell people that you're making the next best thing, because the synapses in your brain are going to fire off the serotonin of another person saying, oh, that's a really good idea, and then that's it, you don't make it. Like, it just don't tell people what you're working on. Don't tell them the story. Don't tell them your OCs. Don't tell them the full plot synopsis unless they are actively helping to create the thing you're doing. Don't let people tell you your idea is cool, because it just won't happen.
Yep.
That that's the ADHD part of my brain. Like, you're not medicated, bro. Don't tell people like like what you're fucking doing. It's not gonna get done. You know what I mean?
A hundred
That's
percent. Yeah.
biggest piece of advice. Shut the fuck up about your working on. Just make it, and then let people say, okay, you can fix this, you can do this here, and then you'll do it.
Yeah. No, I'm literally the same exact way. Like that
Mhm.
is number one, the most important advice I've ever been given as an artist is like just
Mhm.
shut the fuck up, make
Yeah,
it.
don't talk about it. And I fall to like
Yeah.
there there's some kind of like weird like release that I feel from doing that. Like, I have an idea and it's like I think it's really cool, but I don't have the time to work on it right now. So I'll talk about it so that my brain feels good about it immediately, and then I
Mhm.
don't work on it immediately. Um like there's like comics that I've had where like, oh, I'll draw this comic. It's a cool idea. I don't have the time for it. Whatever. I'll just talk about it. So then I'll stop caring.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, don't talk about what you're working on. Make it a surprise. Let everybody be like, oh wow, I can't believe this came out. A lot of the stuff I release look like surprises, but it's because I just like if I talk about it, it won't come out.
Mhm. Mhm. All right. And then wrapping up here. I got a personal question for you. Who's your favorite character?
My favorite character in Sparkle on Raven, the
Your
life of
favorite
Drill
your
Girl.
favorite character in Sparkle on Raven: The
Oh,
Life of Drill Girl.
it changes every day.
Who's your favorite child today?
Uh, I will love Ryan Sasuke as long as I live. There, when we were doing the big draw pile and creating characters, he was the first character that I created. Um, I'll always appreciate him. He's just like an angsty dickhead. I I love him. I love Slash, Isaiah Slash Gonzalez. Um, Mr. Ryu is so funny to me. Uh, I mean Raven,
Yeah.
I Raven is also such a good fucking character. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I like all of them. I like
No.
all of them.
Yeah.
I can't. It's so hard to decide.
My
Ugh.
favorite is Berry Cream Frosting. I fucking love
Yay!
her. She's
I
everything to me.
Berry Cream Frosting is our friend Callie's character,
Mhm.
designed by Callie, voiced by Callie. Um, yeah, we have so much fucking fun making jokes for Berry Cream Frosting, because she could be whatever. She could be angry. She could be sad. She like whatever role you need her to fill, she fills in
Very
perfectly.
emotionally volatile.
Yes. Dude, some of those shots of her, like, like, freaking the fuck out are, like, so fucking fun to draw. I
One of my favorite line deliveries in the entire series is in episode 3 where she's like, "What will we do without the Cooter's Christmas crab legs?" And you can't understand a word of what she's saying. It's so good.
That's the same episode where Barry Cream grabs Raven by the collar and goes, "On Christmas wish, Raven! On Christmas wish!" Like, it's oh, Berry Cream frosting. I
Yeah.
love Berry Cream.
Hmm.
And we got to turn her into a little bunny rabbit in episode 5.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh, spoilers, spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
Oh
It's in the
man.
intro, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it. Oh man. Yeah, at the end here. Oh, I forgot to ask, how would you describe Sparkle on Raven to someone who's never heard of it?
Um, I guess that goes into, like, do I describe what a fanime is? I think I will I
Uh,
usually say that it's a fanime. Like, Sparkle on Raven is a
yeah.
fanime that me and a bunch of other people work on and create.
Mhm.
And then that gets the synapses going. That gets their brain turning.
Mhm.
What's a fanime? You know what I
What's
mean?
that?
So I think they go in with those expectations of, like, I'm learning what something is,
Mhm.
and then they're completely thrown out the window because it looks like shit. But yeah, I think, like, just saying Sparkle on Raven, The Life of Drill Girl is a fanime that me and a bunch of other people work on, I think is enough to get people to ask the right questions.
Mhm.
Um, but if I was asked for IMDb, I would say it's the story of Drill Girl growing up in school.
Of course.
Um,
It's all about Drill
that's
Girl.
that's you can't let that go. That's hey, go back and change that one question about or my answers about what's like the main things in development that you need to change.
Oh yeah.
Another one of those is that Drill Girl is the protagonist. No matter what, Drill Girl is her name's on the fucking title card. She's the protagonist of the show. She has to be. That it makes
The
Raven's
number one.
turmoil makes her turmoil so much more important and so much more funny.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to put on record here?
Um Go
Immortalized
Knicks.
in a YouTube video.
Go Knicks. What else? Damn, what's like something bespoke and fun to say? Don't cash a check your tush can't bounce.
Ooh.
Have fun. Good luck. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Um,
Wow, really
make
good.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, make stuff. Like make fun stuff, make bad stuff. Just create something even if you've never created something. Or like write a review for a movie you just saw. Get a letterbox, get a backlog. Um draw on a notebook once and then never do it again. But like create stuff even if it's just for yourself. Um make it look weird, make it look bad, make it sound bad, make a fucking music scribble in fucking the Game Boy like tracker shit.
Ooh, yeah.
Um make like just make something and have fun doing it. Find out what the process is. I feel like a lot of creating art and a lot of fun in that is learning the process of creating it more than it is posting it.
Mhm.
Don't worry about posting it.
Yeah.
Posting's dead, haven't you heard?
We're all about making shit now.
That's right. We're all about
Yeah.
making shit and not releasing it. That's the new hype thing that everybody's going to be doing.
I hope so.
Well, fucking please.
Oh, thank you so much, Robbie. This was such an awesome interview. It's such a treat. Thank you. I like it. I fucking love this show, and for the past like 3, 4 months, I've been like thinking about it. It's been occupying so much of my brain space. And starting writing this video, I was like, I hope to God they'll see this.
I yeah, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
for this interview. I've never been like interviewed for the show like
Hmm.
this before. So this was a nice surprise to see in my Twitter DMs.
Oh yeah.
I've been trying not to show it, but like this has been like I've been freaking out a little bit. Like this is like such a fun opportunity to like
Yeah.
talk about my show to somebody who like has questions about it.
Yeah.
Um, I when I got your DM, this is don't be scared by this. When I got your DM, I immediately screenshotted it and then posted it in our development Discord
Uh-huh.
and said like, "This sounds like a lot of fucking fun. Like, what is everyone's thoughts about it?" Everyone's like,
Uh-huh.
"Fucking do it! Like, stop asking us. Fucking just go do it."
Yeah.
So yeah, we like the whole team knows that this is happening,
Oh
and
my god.
we're excited to see your video about it.
Yeah. No,
You could be mean to us. It's okay. You can criticize us.
I don't think I was planning on it. I don't think I
You
was
could say
planning on it.
like these fucking idiots like
This
making
Robbie
their
dude, piece of shit.
fucking dickhead. I got into a Discord call with them and they were so fucking snooty. They're like fuck you. Our show's great. Suck my fucking dick. We take it. What do you mean it looks bad on purpose? No fucking doesn't.
I
Fuck you.
clip
We
that
made
out
this fanime
context.
shit. Bit. That's right. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Robbie.
And
Oh.
fuck this shitty kickflip shit. Take this shit down. It's offensive. B, it's woke. Fuck that. Fuck that woke shit. I don't jive with that. Let it be known. Put it on record. I don't jive with woke shit. Open the video with this.
Open the video.
Fuck you, liberals, bitch.
Oh my
No,
god.
but this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, this has been awesome.
Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. That's like
Yeah.
what a fucking honor. Thank you.